The land is quiet. A wide sky opens above rolling fields, dense clusters of trees. A simple country road winds toward a small, unassuming gate. You might not know what lies beyond this threshold. It gives away no secrets. Inside these secluded spaces are places long part of the American landscape. They are sometimes called nudist colonies, naturist resorts. They are private. They are small. For the people who gather here, they are profoundly calm. People are drawn here by a simple, yet powerful idea: freedom. Mealtimes are often simple and communal affairs, reinforcing the sense of a shared existence. Long, rustic tables are set out beneath the wide branches of a tree. People bring dishes to pass. A colorful and informal potluck of homemade foods, gentle murmur of conversation, easy laughter. No assigned seats, no formalities, just the simple act of breaking bread together. As dusk settles over the land, the day often concludes around the warmth and light of a campfire. A fire has a magnetic pull, bringing people together in a circle of flickering orange light. Stories are told. A guitar is softly strummed. The day is quietly put to rest. The mood is gentle and inclusive. No one is forced to join. Everyone is welcomed with respect. Privacy is a cornerstone of this world. Use of cameras and phones for photography is strictly controlled. In most areas, photography is completely forbidden without explicit and enthusiastic permission from everyone in view. Prominent signs, clearly articulated rules. These serve to protect the personal space and dignity of every member. For families who bring their children here, a protected environment is paramount. Parents are responsible for their children, teaching them from a young age about respect for others and for themselves. This attention to boundaries helps parents feel safe. It fosters a deep, unspoken trust that permeates the entire community. These communities are not a new phenomenon. They have a long and fascinating past. In the early years of the 20th century, groups in Europe, particularly in Germany, formalized naturism. The idea crossed the Atlantic and took root in the United States. Since then, hundreds of clubs, resorts, and private communities have formed. Some well-known, others quiet and small. The core goal remains: live closer to nature, value the human body as inherently good. Body positivity here is a lived reality. All bodies are visible. People learn to accept the full spectrum of the human form. No pressure to look a certain way, to be a certain size, to hide the natural processes of life. Many report a profound sense of relief, a release from constant, often subconscious judgment that they feel in the wider world. It can change how a person sees others and themselves. The history of these places is a rich tapestry woven with threads of philosophy, health, social change. The early pioneers were often seen as radicals, challenging rigid social norms in the 1930s and 40s. They faced legal challenges and public skepticism, but they persisted, establishing the first clubs on secluded land, far from disapproving eyes. These early communities were built on equality, simplicity, and respect for the environment. They published newsletters and spread the word person to person. One enduring rule is the towel rule. Always carry a towel to sit on. Poolside, on a wooden bench, or in the clubhouse. A small custom that signals mutual respect and shared responsibility for clean, comfortable spaces. Demographics have shifted. Families remain, joined by younger individuals and couples seeking body positivity and a break from the hyper-curated digital world. The relationship with the surrounding environment is not one of mere appreciation. It is one of active stewardship. Many resorts sit on beautiful tracts of land, forests, streams, wildlife. Members see themselves as caretakers. They organize workdays to clear invasive species, maintain trails, and plant native trees. Understanding community health is tied to ecosystem health. Hands-on involvement deepens connection, transforming nature from backdrop into a living entity they are part of. In the absence of constant traffic, television noise, and the urban hum, other sounds come forward. The rustle of leaves, crickets at night, the splash of someone entering a pool. Human sounds soften. the murmur of conversation, a gentle guitar, the laughter of children. This soundscape calms the nervous system and invites mindfulness. Even a walk to the pool becomes experiential. The textures underfoot, the sunlight filtering through leaves, patterns shifting ahead. In a world divided by status, wealth, and appearance, these places offer a temporary equalizer where people engage on a more human level, judged by character, kindness, and conversation. Neighbors sometimes watch with curiosity. Good, well-managed communities engage officials, communicate rules, and emphasize privacy and safety. Some hold carefully organized open days. Visitors come clothed to learn and demystify the lifestyle, building trust outside their gates. The days move with the sun, from the soft light of dawn to the star-filled hush of night. In this quiet, people slow down and untether from the relentless pace of modern life. Freedom can be very simple. It can be quiet, the sun on your shoulders, grass under your feet, a softer way to accept yourself and others. These private colonies are part of a larger story of how we live together, hidden in plain sight, quietly waiting under the open sky.